Broadcasting from beautiful, tropical Vero Beach, Florida, it's Money Nation with Ed Gardner.
Good morning and welcome to Money Nation. Today's special guests are from Alpha Trend. Dip, good morning. Good morning. How are you guys?
Morning, Ed. We are doing well. How are you?
Fantastic.
Morning,
good morning, So we had you guys on before. We had Dip and Tina. Tell us about what's happening with your company. You made some changes. You were working in the fashion industry. You're doing some stuff in the investment industry. Tell us about what's going on.
First of all, many thanks for having us on this show again, Ed. As promised a few months ago, we said we are going to get into the capital market, and here we are. Alpha Trend is our new vertical in the space. So we are up and running. Our product is open for our customers. Earlier this year, we saw how the social media had a significant impact on the prices of GameStop, right? And the GameStop bubble has come and gone, but the rookie investors, or who we call the retail investors, in fact, who speaks emojis and memes and Reddit, are actually here to stay and are, in fact, growing at a very, very accelerated pace, Ed. Looking back, if you think about it, retail trading has been accelerating since the industry-wide decision to actually drop the commission since fall 2019, I remember. And, about 30% of the current investor market are these retail investors who are having an increasing impact on brokerage firms as well as traditional investors who must pay now this closer attention to where this fast-moving social platform crowd is moving next. And Alpha Trend was built on that premises.
There's no doubt there's big changes. Before it was always technical analysis and fundamental analysis, but now you have the whole thing of social media, right? GameStop, AMC on Reddit, and it's amazing how GameStop has stayed up there for the most part. It's found a level up there, and it's amazing how the social media or social networking sites messaging can fuel these stocks. It's unbelievable. You just tell us about the little Trump trade you had about a month ago. You had Donald Trump announced he was going to have a social networking, so like Twitter, I guess, called The Truth or something like that. And two stocks went through the roof. One digital acquisition went from 9 to 120. I think it's 40, 50 now. And this other one, PFund, went from 1 to 24 in a day. What do you think about those stocks? That's just amazing. One was over 2,000% in a day. Now closed at $8, but still, these stocks went through the roof because of social media. Tell us about that. Were you following those stocks at all when that happened?
Yes, absolutely. We actually covering these stocks as well. We have the insights, right? These are quite crazy, right? Especially right now on the retail market, the community, a lot of stocks are with certain features. For example, small market cap, right? Small flow and short interest, all these things, all other ones they're targeting, right? And then this information can be actually observed from the social media because they're talking on Twitter, they're talking on Reddit, they're talking on stock tweets, right? That's actually the mission of the current feature we're offering to capture all this information and what's the volume of people talking about it, and also what's the sentiment. So yeah, that's absolutely.
Would the smaller stocks work better versus Ford? Because if Ford gets a little more chat going on about it, might not affect the stock price of Ford since it's a much bigger company than a small cap stock. Does Alpha Trend work better with smaller stocks than bigger ones?
Well, it depends. Depending on the trading strategy, right? If your trading strategy is purely to short squeeze, right? You try to find the names that has a high potential of course, the smaller stock will work more better, right? Especially, for example, the GME and the AMC back that time, the short interest is more than 100%. And the borrowing rate is so high, the cost of holding these short is very expensive. That's why, the retail community, they are so smart to be able to capture all this information. But if you are more about like long-term investor or some swing trader to invest on some bigger name like Ford, which is tying to some hot topic like EV, all these things, right? For that type of strategy, Ford will work well as well.
Yeah, I guess like even I talked to an analyst friend of mine, and he said he manages basically bigger value stocks, but he was interested in just hearing what type of social media is going on with the stocks that he owns, because any extra edge you can get that helps you come up with an idea if the stock is positive or negative or neutral will help you. So it could be used for many people. Tell us about the team behind you guys. Who's the brainchild and who's the one that makes this thing work?
You heard Hui, right? So I don't it's we in fact spent a lot of time building a perfect team and to take this to the market. Okay, you met Tina one time, and it's Tina, me, and Hui. We have been actually working on this project for the last 3 years, and we grew significantly from that core team today. And we have transitioned into AlphaTrend, and Hui, you met him, and now he actually has over 14 years of experience in building these financial models for top US institutions. And in the past, he also built this best-in-class risk modeling system for very, very complex portfolios across asset securities and derivatives. And we also have other team members who's not in this call, but they have backgrounds from BlackRock, Rowe Price, BNP Paribas, and ANZ investment banks. And also we have folks who have joined us who have their own very successful trading firms. So and some of them do crypto, some of them do stock. So it's all across. So we are very, very, very lucky to have this team.
You get a lot of people interested. They want to, be in the beta and want to try it and want to see how it works out.
In 2 weeks, Ed, we had over 120 beta users joined us. 2 weeks. Wow. So it's incredible. Like the first time we started it, and on the third day we said we have to grow our space on our server because this might go much bigger than we anticipated very fast.
That's a fantastic problem to have. Let's talk a little bit about the fashion business. So you were doing that. We talked about last time. You and I talked about it a little before the show. But just tell them about the problems with supply chain and what's happening in the world of using social media and dictating fashion trends for clothing and manufacturing.
Yeah, it is still there. The system is still there. People all still look into trends to judge, what's going to happen 6 months, 8 months ahead of time. Right now, the fashion industry is going through some of their other challenges that is beyond just trend detection. Right now, we have noticed in the industry that pandemic was a big showstopper in itself in the whole fashion industry. But post-pandemic, in the fashion industry specifically, we are hit with another crisis, and it's the supply chain crisis. And it is not a secret anymore. So we have seen a lot of our customers move, have to hold on these big projects or ancillary projects, which are more important to, make this customer sticky, to actually make the business survive by getting the products to the customers. And it has been an increasingly challenging time in the United States right now. I've seen a lot of businesses who had their operations for many years in China to move their operations to Turkey, to Spain, to make it easier, but it's still in transition, and it's still going to take a little bit more time for our customers to recover from that.
So this is a good timing to get into the capital markets with another product from your company.
That is correct. Essentially, and when we started building this project, our backgrounds is data science, and we do very well with social listening, and that was the core premises of NeuroTrend in the first place. We would listen to the customer's demand, and we are doing the same thing in the capital market vertical, where we are listening to the demand and the greed and the bearish and bullish sentiments of traders across various stocks and crypto.
Tell us about NeuroTrend, that the trend solves, and tell us how it actually works. Get a little more fundamentals on how the software works.
The Alpha Chain, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we are essentially, our long-term mission is to help investors get access to information quickly and easily, right? To essentially democratize trading, information to all. So to achieve that, we build a all-in-one platform that aggregates, quantifies signals from the market. We start with social sentiments, right? Which is one of the things we think the market is missing, but is quite important nowadays, right? So we provide real-time and historical social sentiments coming from Twitter, Reddit, stock tweets, and search engine, etc. Essentially, we kind of empower users to leverage our insights and analytics to make trading decisions. Like Deep mentioned, and also you mentioned the GME example, which is original from Reddit. We are providing much more comprehensive and deeper information coming across, multiple sources of data. And on top of that, with a data science component to tell them what the market really reacts to it. Is it positive, negative, or neutral? So that's the product, we helping the investors and traders make better decisions utilizing social sentiment.
When I was looking at it on the beta, I noticed, I forgot what stock it was, but one of them was bullish on one of the indicators. Maybe it was StockTwits, and it was negative on the other. That can happen. You can have positive and negative on two different platforms.
Yes. So that's the interesting part, and also the important part of us, that to provide unbiased, complete, and comprehensive information, right? That's, just looking at a single source of sentiments. For example, if you look at Reddit, thinking about the major competitors we have, like, our Swaggy stocks, or a few other, like another one called Miming Burger, right? They're not providing too much insights behind that. And also single source, for example, right? They're providing the data, but not insights. They provide the single source of data from Reddit. So it's very difficult to interpret from the user perspective, especially the user not having like a deep analytical knowledge, right? So what we're doing is, and it could be biased, right? Essentially what you were saying, you just nailed it. Essentially, it could be complete different source of information. At certain time, we need to look at different sources. Well, is it really the right source we should trust? Or is it actually people from different community having a complete different idea? And then you might want to take a step back. Do you want to really long or short this stock? Or at a certain time, wow, that's, Reddit, stock tweets, Twitter, and the search engine, all things showing the same signal, that might be the best time you want to make a trade. So that's just
right.
Using an example, right? There could be a variety of use cases you can leverage. But our platform, the mission, for that particular case is to help the user all necessary information and make a successful trade with higher probability.
Would this be more beneficial for short-term trading, or for long-term investing, or both?
So primarily will be for the short-term and mid-term, swing traders, right? Day traders. We actually also have other, our alternative data that can help the long-term traders. For example, the job posting data, right? And product review, these are the things, some are already there, some are still developing. These are the things are helping the users to, do better due diligence, especially when they invest a company, right? For example, right now, EV is the hottest topic, and people are concerned about if Tesla can continue dominate the market for next few years and decade. And interestingly, you're not going to be able to see this information who's actually being the new competitor, but this information can be actually found from some job posting data. For example, Apple is hiring a lot of our battery and car engineers. This information that will be telling the truth. Well, Apple is really doing it. They're not just giving an idea, but they are doing it, right? Of course, right. Apple is probably the largest competitor going forward, comparing GM or Ford in the EV market, right? So these are also the information, for the user. They can use as long-term investment to establish a position on Apple or Tesla, or also, give another valuation of Tesla. And also they can do some short-term trades, right? As for some swing trades, thinking Tesla might be going down because this kind of information.
Right. Guys, we're going to take a quick break here. Remember, listeners, anytime you have any questions at all, you can always feel free to give me a call at 518-255-8854, or you can email me at edgardner@cutterco.com. We'll be right back.
All opinions expressed by Ed Gardner and or his guests on the Money Nation show are solely Ed Gardner's and or his guests' opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Cutter & Company or any of their affiliates. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Ed Gardner and or guests as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only and as an expression of their opinion. Ed Gardner's and his guests' opinions are based on information he considers reliable, but neither Cutter & Company nor affiliates and or subsidies warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. Always talk to your financial advisor before making such decisions.
Welcome back to Money Nation. Guys, there's a lot of other companies out there that seem to do something similar to you guys. You got Kavat, you've got Trading Technologies, you got Green Key Technologies, you've got AI Trading, Equibot, Trade Ideas, Imperative Execution. They're all kind of using AI and some kind of other data, whether it's social media, but all kinds of other data they get from the internet and trading data, volume, ups and downs, things like that. What makes you guys different, Alpha Trend, than some of these other guys out there?
Sure, I can take this question. I think I probably like to use our two keywords, right? One is we are much more comprehensive. Two is our data and insights are much deeper, which incorporate the components of data science or machine learning. So there are a few competitors from the market, most of them only focus on one data source. For example, Reddit, you see a lot of websites do Reddit stuff, right? And some other do, or Twitter, and maybe another. I probably don't think there's any other competitor doing stock tweets, right? Search engine, or we are a single source that incorporates all these platforms that give you pretty much the complete information from the social sentiment, from the retail community, right? So that's the number one difference. And the second difference is a piece of the data science part. We have our advanced machine learning model, natural language processing model, to identify, not just a single data point, but what is a sentiment, what are the information behind that, what the user can leverage, right? So these are the key difference, make us be a differentiator from the competitors, which is very important. Trading is effectively a huge decision-making part, right? Anytime you make a decision, you like to incorporate much more information instead of one single source, which could be very biased. So that's the goal we are targeting, to get a complete information and accurate information for the traders and the users to leverage to increase their success of trade.
Now, you guys are in the beta testing site, so you guys have been doing this for at least in the beta. Well, how long has it been going on? A month or two, the beta testing?
So we have been doing the beta testing for 1 month now.
1 month now.
Yes.
How's it working? And I know it's just the beginning, but what is some of the feedback you're getting back, and what are some of the returns anyone's telling you they're getting on it?
Yeah, I can take a, first of all, I'm the first user. Even before the platform was born, I'm actually already using these ideas, even before the GNE and AMC 2 years ago. So this is a time I'm really making my ideas that I did manually to automate and to make a platform that is outsourcing to our users, right? Or open to our users. They can all follow the same strategy, or the same, they can build their different strategy, whatever, strategy built, right? But they can utilize all the data that is available there. So yeah, we have also other few users, they are using it, or some of my friends, right, or some very successful traders really like it, provide very positive feedback to it. And also I can probably provide some example. Recently I did in few of the stocks, right? I was short selling or a stock called Peloton. I don't know if you guys know, it was a pandemic.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right?
I know it quite well.
And another one, Zalo, right? Basically, I can just quick example, like I identify those are some negative or signal, extreme high volume from our platform, across multiple sources. Then I decided to establish short position, and then later I realized these things kind of normalize, and then exit, right? Bought back, kind of got a pretty nice return. You can use it to do short selling. You can do it. You use it to.
How long did you hold that when you first started seeing negative information on Peloton, right? When did you wait for a couple of days of seeing the negative information before
that
you put
trade
the short
was
on?
about 6-7 days.
So you waited for 6 or 7 days. You kept seeing more and more negative information. Now, when you went short, how long did you actually stay short for? Was it days or weeks or months?
So for me, I did it, a few days. It really depends, right? Depending on the trend is kind of declining quickly or slowly, right?
Right.
The time I exit is the time I realize, it's kind of normalizing, right? And less reaction from the market. So that might be the time or people kind of start taking profit and hunting for other opportunities.
Right. So what's your next plot? Your next how long will the beta test go on for? And then when will you actually start to? Because eventually, this is going to be a subscription model for traders can subscribe, get this data, and use it to help them trade. How long is the beta testing going to be going for? How are your plans going to work for that?
And a very, very, very fun. This is the fun part for me, at least. This is one of my thing was to make this open for everyone and be out there. So we made it a SaaS-based solution. And what happened is we launched this a month ago, and then slowly we were just asking our friends and family to join the platform, give us feedback and whatnot. And then we started opening it to more and more influencers, people who understand, trading a lot more, and the intermediate users, some folks from hedge funds, and what happened is that the word of mouth got pretty fast, and we saw a huge spike in last 2 weeks, and we have about 120 users on the platform right now. And it came in very fast for us. So that's both good and a little scary. Now we have to control the tech side of things as well. Right. So, but that's great. So it's good to have that kind of, users come in very fast. And what we are doing is for the beta users, it's predominantly free for some significant period of time. And we are even today, we are for this Black Friday special, we are giving it a 60-day free for anyone who joins us until Cyber Monday. So absolutely,
people can sign up now.
Yes.
People can sign up now.
People can just go sign up. It's alphatrend.ai. Just go there, hit the sign up button, and they can just it creates their own platform on own interface on cloud, and there you go. They can see all the information. We are not hiding anything. Everything is available for them for next 60 days.
Now I noticed there's about 2,000 stocks on the platform now. Are you going to increase that? And what happens if people are trading stocks that aren't on one of the 2,000? will you add their stocks on to your platform?
Right. And we right now, the way we have got the stocks is the most traded stocks are up front, and then the second tier of stocks, and now we are getting the rest of them slowly onto the platform. So we are going to be very, very comprehensive and have as much in there very soon.
Yeah, we are. That's down the road. It's happening very soon. And also, meanwhile, there's another thread. We are also adding cryptos, right? ETFs. So are in very short term, are maybe within a few months, right? All these features will be ready there.
Now, are those the four that you're following now? Are Twitter, StockTwits, Reddit, and then search terms in general? All search terms are also one of the four. Would you expand on that, or those four sectors basically get most of the social media out there?
The sectors, like the sector ETFs, for example.
No, I mean, as far as other social media sites that you could cover.
Yeah, we are always exploring, our definitely more data source, right? Like the term I use, comprehensiveness is what we try to hit, right? Is essentially the end goal of this social sentiment feature is we want to listen to any piece of information, are coming from the market. Some might be, are a bit easier, or some will be a little bit more challenging, right? So, for example, the other one, the TikTok, believe it or not, becoming one major social sentiment source for trading, right? And
who would have thought that? Who would have thought that?
Yeah, and you cannot believe how many people watching, because these videos are normally show, you just post one video and immediately there's like a few hundred, or thousands of views quickly, right? So, right. But the thing will be a bit different. Discord is another major channel for retail investors, right? But the information processing will be a bit different, right? So that's a little bit long tail, but for the information we're capturing right now, fortunately, these sources are the best sources in terms of the real data, right? So because Twitter and StockTwits, Reddit, these are more sort of intermediate level users who providing much meaningful information comparing our TikTok. You post a video there, but the information could be just, really not meaningful, useful.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know that you're presenting all this information to people and then they can go and make their own ideas and they can make their own decisions. Have you guys tracked any of the data and tracked some of these stocks that had an increase in messages and an increase in sentiment? Can you track that at all to see how the stock price does with that? Or is that something completely different?
Absolutely. We're checking all these, right? These are all on our platform. And also we have one feature that is showing these top trending stocks, right? Based on different, characteristics. For example, the total volume, right? The bear to bull ratio, or the increase of volume, the increase of bull bear cases, right? And also we have our own, some model to provide if this is combining multiple information, this is a bull signal, it is a bearish signal.
Do you give actual trading ideas yourself at all, or are you just giving the data and let people make their own trading ideas?
So that's a great question. This is actually a feature under development right now, right? When we expanding the platform to broader use cases, right? So that's actually what I said earlier. Right now, we focus on a bit of medium level because trading is many cases we don't want to necessarily, hey, this is buy or sell. That's sort of irresponsible in my perspective. But we are definitely building, this kind of feature to our more beginner users, right? Is essentially incorporating all these signals we had and do backtesting from history.
Dip. Tell us about the subscriptions. Is it $19.99 a month after the free month? How does that work?
Yeah, Ed. So the way we are trying to do this is we're going to give this for free for up to a month, and then we charge $19.99 on certain features. Many of the features are still going to be free forever, but we charge $19.99 for social sentiments and alternative signals, the one that we have on the platform right now. And after a few months, we are going to be adding more and more features. They're going to be our premium subscription.
Is one of the premiums going to ever be Stock Ideas, long or short?
Yes. That's a good point. That's actually what we are developing right now. So currently, the service is trading is something very serious, right? Or we don't want to provide things that kind of sometimes misleading, right? So at this moment, we are targeting intermediate level user. They will use our insights. We provide as much information, explanation, interpretation as much possible, so they can use it correctly. But in the longer run, we are offering more service to in a more automated form, also to the beginner user, right? They can essentially know what exactly to do, follow the idea. So just give you an example, the idea will be, we're doing very carefully. The idea will be provided based on certain backtesting, historical results, showing, hey, what is expected return using this idea, incorporated social sentiment data, what's the, loss win ratio, and, what's the max drawdown, all this information, so they can have a evidence-based, trading strategy built, right? So they will know what's worst case and best case could happen in a certain time period. That's exactly.
Well, guys, it's very interesting stuff. I wish you guys a lot of luck. I've talked to a couple of traders, a couple of financial analysts, and they want to be on the beta test as well. So congratulations on the big rollout. A lot of people are interested in this. Any data that anyone can get can help you make decisions on what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Guys, thanks a lot for being with us. We want to have you back in the future. We want to hear how this is going, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Ed. Thanks for having us here.
Thank you, Ed.
Dip, Hugh, good talking to you guys. Look forward to seeing you in the future. And remember, listeners, any questions at all, always feel free to give me a call. You can call me at 518-255-8854, or you can email me at edgardner@cutterco.com. And remember, all previous interviews, you can go to YouTube, search Money Nation. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.